Hi, I'm Jerin, and on the request of one person, exactly one person, on how do I make my pouches, which I call Jerinstan pouches, I welcome you to a DIY video. Now, don't be afraid, this video will be for dummies, especially me, I am the dummy, and you can join me in my adventure. Now, today I will try to replicate something like this. This is a style of pouch that is on MOLLE, and I created it for my plate carrier because I didn't want to spend money on extra pouches. Now, in this case, the magazine, the pouch is secured by this buckle, and when I open it, it can hold nicely a real AR Stanek magazine or even PMag magazine. However, if you look at this and think, oh wow, man, I never picked up a sewing machine before, or I never sew anything before, and you think this is good, this is entry level, okay? I cannot do anything better than this. And honestly, the system I created for making the pouches this style, it is very simple, okay? It is not some type of sewing as you would. Where the fuck did I put that? Oh, this isn't the style as you would, for example, this is my creation, well, recreation, adapted, as you would with normal pouch. What I mean is sewing directly. I was too stupid to do that when I started out, okay? And don't worry that you will not get anything first try, all right? For example, one of few what I did, if you think that you can just pick up sewing and it doesn't look like this on the first try, this is not my first try, okay? Well, I mean, with the pouches, with the platform itself, it was, but that worked out just by pure luck, okay? It holds by sheer luck. What I mean by that, for example, take a look at this. That doesn't look that bad, but once you realize that this is very, very unacceptable and unusable for real use, and take a look at the inside. Ew! I mean, I know and I remember that I didn't know how to properly, finish the edges on this. But Jesus! But this isn't even the oldest example of what I created. This is even older. Okay? For example, here you can see I had no fucking idea what I was doing. Okay? I learned it on the go, and you should not be afraid to learn by mistakes, okay? And then you can look back and see like, oh yeah, I did this, and yeah, look at the inside. For some reason, I put blue on the flap to reinforce it. Why the fuck would I reinforce this part? Okay, but hey, I thought yeah, it was creative, and I learned a lot of valuable lessons by doing this item. However, then I go to the part when I absolutely first started. Okay, my first few pouches I did were created by hand because, well, I wasn't trusted enough with the sewing machine that I'm going to show you in a second. This is one of the first surviving examples of what I created. It is not even MOLLE, it is attached to a Soviet style or Warsaw Pact style belt. So it has 4.5 centimeters loops, and I mean on the battle belt, for example, the Soviet one, it works kind of well. I mean, if you don't have any pouches like this for your AK or VZ58, it works, okay? But it is not something beautiful. It looks more of a sack for potatoes, tactical sack for potatoes. And the inside, just ew. Okay, what in the fuck was I doing here? But hey, it is my start, okay? So you should not be afraid to start something like this, okay? Now, less talking and I will show you how I actually create the pouches. Oh yeah, and before I do that, this is a Norinco 5-round magazine for the AR-15. My technician gave it to me because we are in Czech Republic. We can buy 30-round magazines all day long, okay? even people without a gun permit, if you're over 18 years old, you can just walk to the store and legally buy one. So this Norinco crap is, well, what used just to make the pouches. Okay? This is one of the first examples I did for an AR-15 pouch. It is, as well, attached to a Soviet harness for some reason, but I did something wrong. I used, and I don't have it with me right now, an airsoft magazine. They are way smaller to look well in the gun and function in the airsoft replica. So if I insert this magazine in, holy shit! I didn't even know it was this bad when I started. Well, you learn from mistakes. You quite cannot, whatever you do, you just can't clip it together because I made the pouch too small and basically just for airsofters, which I am almost not anymore. So yeah, less talking and I will start showing you how to actually create a pouch. What you want to create first is this. This is my little cheat sheet. Okay? And how I created this one for myself for the magazines I got is by simply placing a magazine on a piece of paper, somewhat measuring and somewhat drawing the square shape, the square, how I think that it would still have space. And yeah, everything here was done by eye, so don't be afraid to experiment a little bit. If I don't forget, I will put this sheet with information on the screen or in the description, so you don't have to do the hassle all yourself. But few main things I want to point out, and this is on this side, which will come relevant later. You want your pouches to be identical. Well, as identical as they can be, because for example, if you're planning on having three of those on your chest as a front pouch, you don't want them to be like halabala, just you know, flapping around and not looking good. So this is a cheat sheet. Where and how do I sew my MOLLE? As you can see, it is very accurate to the paper, and this is how I try to make all of them once I have one complete. So, first things first, I put my little cheat sheet on this, or the blueprint. Oh, that's the word. I put the blueprint on the fabric. I will try to remeasure it and cut it so I have the same piece as I have on the paper. Now, the next thing I have to do is hide this. You can either do that by making this cheat sheet a little bigger and then you fold it so you hide these corners, or you use something like this. Now, I like to use scavenged stuff, so this one is scavenged as well, so that's why it's just so off looking from the fabric. But hey, I don't have anything else right now on my hands. So, this trimming tape is useful A for reinforcing the whole, the both sides. B, if you choose the right color, it looks much better. And as C, uh, it stops this from happening all over and over and over again. Now, you've got to realize the piece I'm making right now is not going to be as beautiful as and as perfect, well, perfect as when I do it for myself. Okay, I'm trying just to create one showpiece on how I do it. For example, the trimming tape is a pain in the ass, and anyone who has sewn anything will confirm this to you. That's why I use chemopren, or how in the fuck do you say that in English? Basically, it's a yellow glue that sticks pretty nice, and when I'm sewing something, it helps me quite a lot. Now, if it tries to not be as friendly as I want, for example, if I fold it here with the glue, here this part will be sticking out. It will not anymore. Now, I know that this has a lot of imperfections. It is just a showcase piece, so I don't put as much as attention as I would to my normal piece. However, once this is done and you battle this shit for an hour at least, we can move to the next step. Alright, so now that this is done, I need to measure. For example, me personally use 20.5 centimeters for the MOLLE strap itself, and then what do I have here? 3.7 centimeters length for two MOLLE slots, so I will cut for about 4 centimeters, and it should be 2.7 high, which this is about it. Now, I want you to understand one thing, okay? Before the video continues, this is not a project, or, well, this pouch is. I'm not putting as much time, effort, materials as I would if I was making it for myself, personally. Why? Well, because I do this video because two people asked how I do my pouches, and right now I took vacation at work, and I am basically killing one of my days that I took vacation for just to show two random people on internet how I make my pouches. Okay, so yeah, that is why. And also, I'm not as great on tutorials, and when I do tutorials, I'm under pressure. And yeah, just please realize this is not the quality how I create my stuff. And I don't even know why I say this, because I don't make money from this, okay? I don't sell my stuff. I don't make money from YouTube. I just do it for two random people on the internet. So please, this is the reason why the pouch I'm making is not as good looking as, for example, the ones I show in my Chercom video rig, or the ones that I created for my plate carrier. I am just trying to show bare minimum how I do it and making it understandable for you guys, because right now you got to understand me, okay? My native language is West Slavic, and I have to say all the words that I usually use in Czech language in English, and I don't know half this shit how it's pronounced in English. So a lot of words I'm just looking at dictionary and listening to the Google review, to the Google lady telling me how do I even fucking pronounce that. Okay, so with that in mind, I will show you the how I continue. Okay. Okay, a little correction. These should be 8 centimeters for myself as I do it. Uh, what I want to say is I hold them right now in place using the Hemoprene glue again. Alright, the MOLLE straps are attached. Time to attach these ones to the top. This is not your babichka's classic sewing channel. We sew tactical shit here. Oh, thank you, old machine, turned into electric machine, for being here with me. Thank you for working properly, not breaking any needles, not breaking any one of my fingernails. Almost. Oh, thank you, old machine. Alright, now that this is somewhat attached, and as I said already a few times, this is not how I usually create my stuff. It is just for the showcase, so I'm doing kind of speed run here. Right now, I will need to take care of this so it doesn't look like shit, but it looks more something along the lines of this nice rim. Alright, so how I did that, I folded the rim 2 times and then sew it into this much more solid tape piece. Alright, so I'm trying to realize or think what to do now. if I want to do this buckle or Velcro, I think I will try one Velcro for a change. I haven't done Velcro in a long time. So yeah, let's do it. Now, the way I measured it, I just put this Velcro piece below that line. Nothing is sewn together right now, okay? And I will try to find one to go on the top here. Okay, so I found this, and I'm going to use this to apply for that. Now, it is not matching. I know I use recycled stuff that I found randomly in the forest, or I recycled from stuff that was about to be thrown away. So, now I'm going to attach only this Velcro because I need to show you the next step after it. With that being sewn on that, we need to continue to sew the item itself. Now, if I was to sew it like this, just straight up how it looks, as you may see, the pouch would look like absolute ass. How I need to sew it is to reverse it. This is the bottom part, so stuff like that. I like to glue the sides a little bit, but how to do it is I sew it like this, and then when I'm and pay attention so you don't sew some straps or the Velcro on that. Once you are done with that, you reverse the whole thing, so it makes this pouchy look to it that doesn't look straight up ass, but looks kind of better. Okay. So once you sew that together, it starts looking something like this. This looks like dog shit, okay, right now. But once we reverse it, it will start looking like something reasonably useful. Okay, and after just reversing it, after sewing it together, it looks something like this. Now, this starts to look like a proper pouch. The next thing I do, I will sew these to the flap so they don't stick out retardedly like this. Alright, so after doing everything I told you, and as the last step, sewing this inside a little bit so if when I hook the MOLLE in, this secures it on the item I hook it to. I know it doesn't look perfect, however, this was more of a guide with me telling you what I'm doing with visuals so you understand how it somewhat looks like when I do that. Okay? So, I hope you learned something new. This pouch definitely is one of the easier things you can create, and I don't think that I think that once you get a hold of it, you make your own blueprints and stuff like that, these things can look quite good. Unlike this one, as an example, these three are the last ones I created from my plate career, and they are fully adjustable from airsoft magazines to the real magazine. Right now, if I put a real Stanek into it, it will perfectly fit. Once I tie it down, the airsoft magazine will perfectly fit. See? I know that is not the prettiest of designs, however, it is my design. I'm not that proud of it, but a little bit. So, if you didn't understand anything, and I'm sure you will not because my speech quality is not the greatest, please ask me in the comments. I hope I didn't bore you to death and you actually understood something I told you, or you got inspired at least a little bit. I hope that you got inspired at least a little bit, because then if you didn't, I am sorry for wasting your time in this video. Better luck next time. See ya. Ne do piče! Snad to můžu vysrat. No jasně, to šla spodní nit.